Welcome to Whachacha's Tabletop World, the channel devoted to the love of board gaming. My name is Sweetness Whachacha, and today we're playing Fictions, Memoirs of a Gangster. Okay, so this is not a tutorial, it's not a review or anything. I'm just going to jump into the game. I have links below if you want to watch my thoughts or the overview of the game. So let's get started, sort of. I always like to do a little warm-up, a little chit-chat. So this game is you're the bad guy, which I kind of like. I like to be the villains. I always root for the villains. I always find them a little more interesting than the heroes. And in my own life, I always try to do the right thing. I always try. I don't know if I always do it, but I always try to do the right thing. So I think when you have this escapism, when you have these games and things, it's real fun to be very naughty. And so in this game, we are being very naughty. It is a dice-driven game here, and it is you're going to play over the course of 3 scenarios. So you can pick which scenarios you play for the first 2, but you always must end on the same scenario. And so in this one, I thought we'd play Hands Up as the first one, which is the one they recommend you start with. I think you would be most interested to see that if you're unfamiliar with the game. And then we're going to do one called High Speed Rescue, which I think is quite fun, and it's also quite different. It's a little bit of a weird scenario, and I think it kind of illustrates some of the point and interest that the system can do, so I think that's a really good one to play as well. So we're going to play the first one as Hands Up, as I said. The second one is that, and then the third one is going to be Bid for Power. And that one is you always have to end on that one. So as a gangster, you want to achieve like legitimate, kind of power, and you want to legitimize your business. Sort of like Michael Corleone in The Godfather, trying to phase out of the this little spoilerish territory for The Godfather. If you haven't gotten around to see it in the last 50 years, but kind of like that, where he's Michael's down in Cuba trying to buy get a bunch of land and stuff and stake a claim, and then going to Vegas and getting these legitimate businesses. Well, you want to get in and kind of legitimize a little bit, but also you're going to be able to wield mayoral power along with your criminal empire, and you'll be very, very, very powerful. So when Bid for Power is a very literal kind of thing there. So yeah, I've got a little tea here handy. I'm just gonna depress my little, I always like to have a little tea. I'm a big tea drinker, and I try to time it out so that the tea goes, I don't know if this makes a huge difference, but, I like to use my French press, my loose tea. I'm having a tropical island, which is my kind of go-to in the evenings, or not in the evenings really, but anytime that's not the morning. So we've got that. Yeah, so that's, I guess I can kind of get started here. I do really like the theme. I'm always a little leery of dice games, but I actually think this one has a lot of interesting little choices. I tend to like, I already said it's not going to be a review, and here I am reviewing this, but I tend to like these style of games that have a lot of different scenarios, and hopefully this will give you a little showcase with the intro and that really interesting one, and then the mandatory Bid for Power. I'm going to read the every time you get these rule books and stuff, people go through a lot of effort to write the introductions, and we're always like cutting right to the chase, with a lot of this stuff, and I feel like the flavor gets lost in a lot of ways. So I'm going to try to stay on top of that. When I get more zeroed in on the game, I think I tend to forget to read some of that stuff. It's a little okay, so here's from the general rule book, so we get ourselves into that theme, into that mindset. Here we go. My good fellows, we have gathered you here today to share great news and possible plans. As you know, our family is renowned and respected throughout the neighborhood. But I ask myself this, is it enough? What if we made this beautiful city our home? For this to happen, we need to be able to take the reins from a true position of power, the mayor's office. We start by making ourselves known in every corner of the city. We must ensure that our name is not only respected, but feared as it should be. So he's got the question of, is it better to be feared or is it better to be loved? I do want to relate something very quickly before we really dive in here. It's a little bit of a weird thing to bring up, and you might think this is interesting and you might not. So it's a little bit of a tangent. It should only take me a minute or two, but essentially, like when people love the smell of books, right? Like, you know, and there's like the tactile thing. And of course, as gamers, we love the tactile nature of picking up games and things and picking up the pieces and things. But when you smell like a book, you know, you're like, oh yeah, that smells good. What you're smelling is like the glue or the binding or whatever, but it's nostalgic. It reminds you. There's a lot of things about your linking smell to memories and things. But when I opened this box, it smelled very strongly, and it smelled like games when I first started playing. Like, I don't know whether they used a different, you know, factories, different, you know, glues that used to be used more prevalently. But for whatever the case is, when I opened this thing and I took one big whiff of the game, I was like, oh my God. I was like, I hope I love this game because it smells like memories. It smelled amazingly good to me. I have this whole thing about like smelling crayons and smelling electric trains. They smell the best. So yeah, this game smells absolutely fantastic. I was just going to pick something up and smell it, but I think that might be a little too weird for some people and if you've already not checked out with my smelling story. Okay, so in this first scenario, and I should also point out that in between scenarios, we're going to be getting a chance to upgrade our deck. We start with the same deck each time, the clan deck that you play the game, and between scenarios 1 and 2, we'll get to update that a little bit, and then same thing between scenarios 3 and 4. Or excuse me, 2 and 3. Jumped ahead. Okay, so hands up, we're robbing a bank or robbing the safes and things, which is a pretty good gangster thing to do. Gangsta. Okay, so hands up. Piece of cake, we were told, and yet once again we have found ourselves in one hell of a mess. As soon as we entered the bank, the sirens went off, and there was no way to turn them off. According to the plan, if you can call it a plan, we still have a few minutes until the police arrive. Are you going to open that safe or not? Do not disturb an artist at work. Go to the lobby and keep an eye on the hostages. I can't hear them all whispering. They're being quiet. Everybody's sitting on the floor with their hands on their heads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11? Where's that lady in the red hat? Okay, so here's the scenario that we're going to be playing. So we're going to start off. I like to shuffle things up on camera. I don't know if people are sensitive to that. So we're going to move this little clan deck thing out of the way. I do like that they have this henchman reserve. Is pretty cool to have that. I've got that over there. We don't really necessarily need it, but I do like that they have the things to keep you from doing that. I should also, from grabbing the wrong cards, I should also mention that we are playing the solo mode here, which seems to be quite obvious, unless I've got somebody like rappelling from the ceiling here in a minute to join me. And that's done exactly the same way. We're just playing a 2-player game, and in the 2-player game, we each take 3 actions, and I'll keep the hands separated to each side. Hopefully I think it'll be quite easy to understand and to follow. That's my goal, and hopefully it will be the case. So here we are shuffling up these all the cards, and now we're going to do the problems deck here, which is the deck that we have in every single game. Okay. Today I added some new lights, or I tried to make some covers for some inexpensive lights to get a little more. I saw in my last playthroughs that it was a little bit dark, which was a bummer because it looked pretty good on the screen. So hopefully it will translate here as well, although I do see we have a little glare. Okay, that stuff is shuffled up. I have to reveal one of these alarms. Let's just take a quick look into the scenario book and make sure that we start with 1 alarm and we start with 1 safe. So let's do that. I do like this theme quite a bit of cracking safes. There's a lot of really good movies where they do that sort of thing. Rafifi, I believe, is one that I really kind of want to rewatch for a little while. Okay, so this is the safe we start with, but at any time we can put a new one in play if this one is gone, but we just have to get a new alarm. So we've tripped the alarm. Love the theme of that. Okay, so here's the first alarm. And this is the hostages are arguing. Some shots into the ceiling ought to quiet them down. Yeah, nothing like a little, firing off your gun a couple times to strike terror into the hearts of your enemies. Okay, so we're going to deal out 1, 2, 3 starting hand, 1, 2, 3 starting hand. And we're going to push this up just a little bit because we don't need this. And we have our little cheat here, or our little prologue sheet. This game does a great job of giving you enough stuff to remember things. So we do have the additional actions here to reveal a new active safe. You'd have to get rid of this first if you wanted to do that. End around, it just shows if there's what happens if the order to check things, I think. And then the end of the scenarios is right here. Now we can like end this scenario pretty quickly. And you get these little, oh, I love these little bags of money here. So these are going to be essentially points to upgrade your deck, which is incredibly important if you want to win. You got to have some good upgrades. I think the last time I played this, I got 15 bags of money. I think that's my goal, because then you can get 3 level 3s. And that's pretty useful. And I'm just going to do a quick check on that, so we know what our our goal. Yeah, 5 points gets you a level 3 henchman. So ideally, we would get 3 different henchmen. Now we'll have a chance for searching the safe. Gives us 7 dice. So that's I think the last time the goal is probably going to be to get at least 3 of these safes cracked before time runs out, or whatever else. Okay, so we're gonna get a chance to look at our hands. This game does have the funny thing where like you're not supposed to talk specifically about your hands, which drives me absolutely bonkers in games because it seems so silly. It's like you can kind of tell people, but not really, and it's like all that does is kind of waste some time. But we do have a little bit of a because we can see our full hands, we have a little bit of a advantage over a 2-player game, which is kind of interesting. Let's just slide that dice over a little bit. Okay, so here we are. I normally would put my exhausted things down, but I think I'll lift my cards up and then lay them down so that we can see a little bit easier. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do on our round here is going to be to decide on the first player with our Tommy gun here. I forgive you, but my Tommy gun don't. That's from Home Alone, or well, it's Home Alone, and that's a different movie, of which I cannot remember. I'll have to look that up because I didn't know that at one point. Okay, so it's a Tommy gun here, a very nice little screen printed token. Okay, so we're going to draw a problem, and the first player's going to draw it. So let's take a look and see first of all. Okay, so this thing here is much worse for searching the safe, but it's not as exactly a priority at the moment because, well, we have to search the safe, and I think I'd like to get it set up first. So the reason I'm deciding because I want to kind of look at what we want to do for the round. We've got 3 actions each. We got to stay on top of the police, because once the police are out of control, or whether we don't have them in check, there's no getting them back into check, and then you're KOing henchmen. So I don't want to have to deal with that as an end around thing. So I'd like to keep them under control. So I definitely want to do this, and that's done with that symbol. So it looks like he will be, this player here will be much better at doing that, if I want to do that. I'll probably want to spend some actions drawing some henchmen, so I have some more options. And that's mainly what I want to do. I could get some successes on here and maybe clear the problem. So if that's the case, I'm going to put these to here. I think I'll start over here with the problem and see what happens here. Okay, so let's draw my first problem, which is going to be resentful widow. Okay, I do really like the idea of this too. These are all people that they're just low-level mobsters. Fascinating stuff. Learning about the I mean, it's terrible. They're horrendous people doing horrendous things, but it's fascinating to learn about it, how the mafia works, and the ins and outs of their their procedures or whatever. But these are all just for different people that you're using in your clan, which is your crime family. Okay, so this is a resentful widow. Don't be so hard on her. She's just laid her husband to rest. Okay, so this woman is mad because we've her husband is dead because he was in our service and part of the mafia. So we need the skill of money to quiet her down. Just needs a little money. She can forget poor old Otto that got killed or whatever. Okay, so I can only act with only 1 henchman. So that's a little bit tricky. So this will give me 2 dice for this, which is not great since I need a 3 success. I can roll this as well, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to start by drawing 2 cards. Recruiting, I believe they call that. What do they call that? Recruit henchman, yes. Okay, so we're going to get these 2. Okay, no real help there. Now I could draw again. This is a particularly bad one. Well, not horrendous, but it's not. If I have this symbol, it probably won't be that big of a deal. Now I can look over here. I can add to double the multiplier isn't going to really help me, but I can add 2. I think it might be worth doing that. Okay, so we're gonna play him. I'm gonna put him on his side. Technically, you do that at the end, but this is just gonna be a little easier to tell that he's committed to the test. So this is kind of like how I like to do it. I like to kind of set my dice on them, so I know kind of in my brain how many I've got. Okay, then we're gonna play this guy here. He's definitely got a good, good mafia look. He's got the cap, and he's got the toothpick. Okay, so we're going to add 2 dice before acting. So we're going to add those other 2 dice, and we're going to put him here. Now, I only need 3 success for this. So I don't think it's worth risking rolling this die. Most of the time it seems to be good, but I mean, surely, famous last words, I'll get either the ability to re-roll or I'll get a 1 and a 2 or something. So, but we shall see. It is a dice game, so who knows? Okay, so we've absolutely more than clobbered it. So that's 3 success at least. Okay, so we've done that. We can get rid of this problem. I'm just going to move it completely out of our go away problems. I've got 99 problems, but a resentful widow is not one. Okay, so that's done. That's my second action. So I did my test. I did this. This game does lend me to be a little bit forgetful. Little kitty here. Okay, next I kind of think I should just go ahead and... I don't have a matching skill here. I kind of just want to draw a couple more and then be able to have some more options. I do like getting ready. Yeah, let's just do that. And then maybe next round I don't have to. Of course, I could work on this for later, but I don't have the matching symbols, and I'm not under any kind of time constraint at the moment. So let's draw a couple more. Okay, that's good. There's some money. I could have used that a second ago. She's got a good ability, double the expertise. Okay, now we're going to go over here, and we're going to do our 3 things, which I think, firstly, for sure, we're going to draw a couple of henchmen, recruit a couple of henchmen. It's a pretty good hand here. I definitely have to do the police. The nice thing is I ignore the damage from this, and I have the 2. So this is going to be more than enough, I think. Now, if I had to, I could play this guy, this boxer. The pugilist, that's a big film noir thing and a big gambling thing, so it's a big mafia thing. Okay, so we're gonna add these 2 guys. So we're gonna put them in. Oh, he's back in my hand now. I forgot to do that. Okay, so these 2 guys are coming in. They have the matching skills for 3 and 3. I only need 5 success, so I don't think I'm gonna risk rolling the red die. And again, I have this emergency valve of this guy here. He's a nice one to have. Okay, that I killed it. Okay, so we're going to flip this over to check. I have to do that every single round, except for the last round because it doesn't take place until the end of the last round. So, and I'm probably going to flee before then anyway. So whenever I feel like I'm going to flee, I'm going to stop trying to cozy up to the more corrupt of the police. So I know you're like bribing them and you're giving them some muscle. Actually, that symbol does mean something. The symbols all mean something. I kind of wish they had a little list of them. It doesn't really matter, I guess, in the gameplay. The repair, it's a know-how repair. It's a weird thing, I think, to have for that. The other one was persuade as the bribe one. I like the word bribe a little better for that. But okay, they come back to my hand. So I've done 1 test. I've done a recruiting action. I don't have the matching anything for this, so it's not quite useful, although I do have for this, so maybe I'll clear that out of the way. I don't like using this guy because I really like his... I really like what he's got there. So these 2 are probably good to hang on for that, maybe the whole game. You know, I think I'm going to... I could use her to just get 2... I mean, I spend her, but I get an extra person, essentially. The downside being that, you know, I won't see her through the end of the game, and you end up going through your gut people pretty quick. I guess it's the same thing, though, if I spend somebody. I think I'm going to do this. So this is going to be 3, and 2, since that's the same skill set, but not the exact same skill. And I will roll this, I think. So let's see what happens here. Okay, times 4, well, that's great. I've got a couple of re-rolls, and I've got 3. 3 times 4 is 12. More than done it, but I do have this, which is going to ping somebody. I do really like having that guy's ability, so we're going to, that's going to hit him, and she's going to be exhausted. So this is for KO'd, so that's what we've got. Okay, he's going to come back to my hand. This thing was done. We take care of that alarm. And now, I guess I should leave them in separate files. And now we are done with the round 1. So then at the end of the round, let's go through the steps. We're going to activate alarms. So we're going to apply those effects. There are no alarms. We took care of that alarm. And then the next thing is going to be evidence check. Okay, to make sure they don't have enough evidence on it. There's no fingerprints in play. Third is a police check if they are controlled or not. They're controlled. If they're already active, apply their effect now. They're not, so we're going to go ahead and put them back to uncontrolled. That's like a continual thing we have to do. These pesky police. And then time, we're going to advance. So we're going to advance 1 here, and that's going to go ahead and draw another alarm for us. So let's take a look at this one. Alarm. The police are preparing us one heck of a party outside. Let's join the fun. Guns a-blazing. Okay, so we need guns for this. So the police are like sort of piling up outside. You know, they're doing that thing where they open the car door and they're like... okay, so I'm going to slide that up a little bit just so it's a little... takes a little less room. Okay, so at the end of the round, we'd have to add another alarm card. So we definitely want to get rid of this. Okay, so let's just take a look at our hands real fast. We don't have the matching skill here. We just lost that, which is unfortunate. We do have one that can give us a couple... I've got a lot more options here, and so I think I'm going to keep the first player token here, and I'm going to draw the problem for this person. Okay, gang warfare. They couldn't just be happy with what they had. Well, now they're going to lose it all. Okay, so this is a little conflicting because it's a desired skill here. Add 1 die and 1 result. Okay, so we're getting an extra die, so it'll be easier to do. But we also we're automatically getting somebody knocked out of the fight. Really good tea. Well, let's see. Okay, so my first action, I'm gonna draw. Let's just take a look at what I do. I got to start opening these safes. I don't have anybody perfect for the safe. I've got a couple of good ones. Like they'll give me 4 dice. I like to blow through it at one go, though. That's kind of my goal. So I think I am going to draw another 2, recruit another 2. Whoa, we're getting crazy. Okay. Double the expertise, that's pretty good. And I've got this, which is pretty good. This is what I need for this. Okay, that's my first action. My second action, I'm going to play him. He's going to get me 3 dice. Add 1, so I'm going to get a 4th dice. Okay. Now 4 dice to get 5. I still have this guy. I really like having this pugilist. I could double the expertise, but she's probably really good for a later. I just realized I got holding that a little incorrectly for you guys to see. I think this is pretty good for now if I add the red die. I've got this as well, and like I said, I got this, so I would just need a 3. I feel like I've got it. All right, so we're going to turn him on his side. Let's leave these guys up here. And let's do a little roll. Okay, so 4. This is locked. That's a bummer because this guy's going to die. Okay, so that's 7. So I've done it. But I'm adding this and this. So this guy's dead. And the problem is that he's like KO'd. And if we don't put him back in here, we're not going to have him in the next scenario. Which, you know, you do like to have everybody in there. It does narrow the deck down a little bit. Thin the deck, excuse me. So that's good, but on the other hand, you do go through all the cards in each scenario. So, okay. All right, so that's the first thing. He's better at dealing with the police. I would love to clear this in one go. So let's just take a look at what I can do here. If I do these 2, that's going to be 4 dice. I can use this, which could help me or hinder me. Who knows? I need 15. I could play her to double the expertise, but that would give me 2 more dice. double the expertise before acting. Yeah, both these guys are before acting. Reroll this. But there's only one result. That's the lock. The problem is not what I was. The thing that I would not want. Not likely to get 15, but I think I'm going to have to do this in 2 shots maybe. So we're going to turn these guys on their side. I've got a couple of options here. Nothing I'm too excited about. Okay, so that's 8. So I'm gonna choose to use this to re-roll this. Okay, so it's 6 times 2 is 12. That's pretty close. Boy, that's a bit of a... Okay, so I think actually it is worth it to use... Where's double the multiplier? I think I'm going to use this guy. And that's going to be a 4. 4 times 6 is more than enough. Okay, so we're going to crack this safe. I'm trying to remember. I did draw this. This was what I drew for this. Okay. I was like, did I not do this? Okay, so this is done and it's going to give me 7 dice. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 7. Now, I can choose, the scenario says that I can choose to exhaust to re-roll. And what I'm looking for here is the symbols that are... What else is going on? Okay, so what I'm looking for... I need the locks and the clovers. Will give me a stack of money. Anything else is ignored. But I can... Okay, so I can reroll everything, right? If I put a person in, and I can reroll it again if I put 2 more in, so it's a cumulative thing. So we're going to hope for a good success here. Okay, so that's 3 sacks of money. So the thing is, do I want to stick with that? That's a pretty good roll, because I have to reroll everything. I don't take damage for this because it's a special thing. Oh yeah, it's right here. Haul, search. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine I'm going to do better than that. You know, that's a pretty decent roll. Not the best, not the worst. It's pretty middle ground, a little slightly. So we're going to get 3 sacks of money. Okay, not the greatest in the world, but that's okay. Okay, so that's the first one. And then we're going to do a new safe. That's the lightning symbol there. It doesn't cost us an action. Although I need to remember I recruited, I took care of my problem, and now I am going to have 1 more action. Okay, safe. This should be the mayor's safe. His very own wife told me about it. Well, that's so great. Corrupt wife in the house. Okay, so this one is 7 and 7. It's using the magnifying glass. These 2 will come back to my hand at the end of the round. Not a great symbol for me right now. I can't really do that. I could do the police with these 2. I would love to. I really got to get rid of that. He can kind of do it. They can work on that. Boy, it does seem like that's a lot of results. I can't really do it, though. It seems silly to try that. There is a way to switch the safe out to a more friendlier safe, but I don't really like to do that. I think I'm going to draw 2 more henchmen. Recruit 2 more henchmen. Okay, so now I've got that symbol, but it doesn't help me. And I have 1 at least somewhat matching. But now we got another add 2 to my roll. Okay, they're going to come back to my hand. That's over. And now I got to remember to keep in mind what I have here. And now it's going to be his turn. So I got to do this. I got to do this. But I think I should draw to see if I can get a matching symbol. So I'm going to recruit. Okay, so I just still have this. So not great. I have this symbol for this, which is pretty good, but I will not have time to do it. I have to get rid of that, and I got to control the police. So let's control the police. We're going to do our thing of put these 2 guys in, which is going to be 6 dice, right? 3 and 3. More than enough, so I'm not going to do anything else about it. And I have a way to ignore, I can ignore 1 die if I want to. So I might play it to ignore that, but let's see. Well, it's the same result either way, actually, so no, not. Okay, more than enough. The police are in check. That's my second action. Okay, this symbol is going to knock one of these guys out, which I guess is going to be him. I don't know as I'll do this before the end of the scenario, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that's my second action. So police are in check, and I really got to do this. So I think we'll play him. I need 5. So this is going to be 3 dice. I think it might be worth that, although it could draw me a problem. What else do I have that's good here? I think I have double the expertise of the henchman. But I also have this one. I have the same symbol here, so I think it's better to use him. So I have a bigger variety. So I'm going to exhaust him, the doctor. I like the fact that you get a doctor. That's going to give me 6 dice. I need a result of 5. Famous last words. I feel like that's going to be enough. So let's try that. Okay, it is more than enough, but it's going to ding him, and he's going to be out of the thing for now. So this is gone. We solved that alarm, and we're just going to replace it with another one. We're not doing terribly well. We've cracked 1 safe. I really wanted to get 3, maybe 4 safes cracked. So we're going to have to get a little more aggressive. Okay, so this is going to go... Sorry, let's go in order. Activate alarms. Don't need to. Evidence check. No deal. These guys are good. We're going to flip them back to uncontrolled. And then we're going to advance the clock, which is going to bring out another alarm. And this one is... There are sounds coming from the basement. Either we have 100 kilo rats or the police are trying to enter from below. That's a very clever little police. Okay, that's a pretty decent... Search the safe with 1 die less. You know, that isn't the worst thing in the world. But, you know, that's what we need to win, so... Or well, to sort of win, to help us to win later. Okay, so now we're going to decide. Again, I have a lot more options here, so let's go with the problem this side. Okay, so these results, boy, that sucks, is the, it's going to be 1 less. And we need this symbol, of which we have 1. Okay, so I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this problem. And then I think we're going to get rid of this problem. And maybe we'll start to put... I need a 4. I have the +2 results of the roll. This is this woman here. She looks like a reporter or a gossip columnist, maybe. I think she would have the press thing on her hat, so I'm not quite sure. Okay, so we're going to put her in. She gets 3. I need a result of 4. I think that's fairly likely, so let's do that since we can bump it. Okay, there it is. Perfect. We've got that. This problem is solved. Oh, I didn't read it. Wounded, sorry. Oh, that's why you need the medical. Luckily, it went straight through. This time, we won't need the whiskey. The old pour the whiskey on the wound. Okay, so that's good. We've done that. That's our first action? Or did I... See, this is where you get in trouble. I don't remember... Did I might have done that. Okay, I'm going to charge myself here and not take this extra action. I don't think I drew, but I may have. Well, that's unfortunate that I don't remember. C'est la vie. Okay, well, this is the one to do. Although it really is making me nervous because, boy, that's a lot of energy. This guy's going to get 3 dice on that. But I can double the expertise. That'll be 6 dice. I need a result of 7. All right. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of this. I'm going to put 2 people in. That's going to give me 6 dice. Okay, we're going to have to lose one of them for now. Yeah, I've only got 2 more henchmen to recruit, so I think we're going to knock that guy, get rid of that guy. Okay, we've got more than enough to get rid of this. Oh, do we have more than enough, actually? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9. Okay, we do not have enough. So let's re-roll this 1. And we're going to pull him back. Although, yeah, we're going to re-roll this 1. Oh my god, that sucks. 8. We got 8s. Welp. What a bummer. Okay, so now we're going to have somebody get killed. I think it's going to be her. That's unfortunate. Although, actually, no, we can actually ding each one of these guys 1. But we're going to lose them out of our hand, which is too bad. But we won't lose them for the scenario. Okay, so not going so great so far. I'm losing another action because I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. Okay, so I got 8. I do get to put... I haven't used these yet. 2 of these on here. I doubt I'm going to ever complete that. All right, I'm going to have to go towards the safes now. Although I have this to do. Oh my goodness. So I could do this towards the police. What's weird is like you ignore this symbol. But, you know, I don't see why I wouldn't use the die. So I'm going to do this, which is 3 dice, and I'm going to use the red die. Okay, so 1, 5. I didn't need the red die at all. They're fine. And this is not counted when you do. This is ignore damage. Okay, so police are under control. That's my first action. And now we're going to go towards this safe. This is going to be 3 dice. I'm definitely going to use this, and I'm going to use her action to double the dice. Okay, so I can double the multiplier if I get a good multiplier, so let's hope for that. But I think that's as best I can do for now. I'm running out of people. So I did the police. I could draw these last 2 cards before. Yeah. Okay, so before I do that, let's just bring her back. Let's do this. Avoid dropping the problem card. Ignore the result of your entire rows thing. Oh, but it does give me this. Okay, good. So we're going to do this, which is going to be 6 dice, right? And I'm going to roll the red, and I think I'm not going to do this. I'm going to hang on to her. All right, so hopefully we get a little luck here. Whoops, that jumped out. So, okay, so this says draw a problem, I believe. I forgot that symbol. I do wish this did have a little bit of a symbol thing. Yeah, active player must draw a problem card. Okay, but I think I'm going to try to ignore that because it's going to take me time and energy to deal with that. All right, but let's look at the rest of it for now. Oh, but I can re-roll this, so probably going to re-roll this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's 8. Not enough. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this to re-roll the red die. Hopefully this will be good. Yes, okay. So that's going to be, what did I say, 4, 8, that's 16. More than enough to clear that, so this is gone. Okay, and I have this, which is going to deal a damage to one of these guys. This guy, I'm going to do, I think his power kind of sucks. Reroll all dice except for the locks, and that's mainly what you want to reroll, so kind of dumb. Okay, I never really liked that reporter guy. Okay, so we're done with that, and now we're going to do the, sorry, I threw that over there before. This is going to be 6 dice to search the safe. We'll crack the safe. Let's see. Show me the money. I don't know. I kind of combine Family Feud with Jerry Maguire, which is a movie I've never seen. Okay, so we actually do want these this time. Now I could re-roll all the dice. 2 is not enough. 2, 4, 5, wait, 6. Is that really all it was? That's a bummer. I'm supposed to, okay, so I'm actually going to re-roll and not count that at all because I forgot I get 1 less die here. So that was an illegal roll. Okay, now I got 1, not enough. Okay, so let's, does it exhaust someone? So I think it's, oops, that's a scenario book. Exhaust, yes, okay, it says it right here. Boy, that's tough. All right, we're gonna get rid of her. We're gonna exhaust her, and we're gonna re-roll these dice. This is brutal. Okay, much better this time. 3. 3 sacks of money. Okay, so that's 6. Not great. I believe that's 2 level 2s, but we really want to get a nice chunk of level 3s. Okay, so there's not many cards left. I'm going to have to probably do that. Okay, well, this should be back in my hand. Sorry, these guys should go back to my hand now. Wait. This, I drew and I did that. Yeah, okay. There we go. This was a little problematic. 2, 4, 5. Yes, okay. So that hurt me a little bit, but not, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, so that's the end of the round. We're moving right along here. Active alarms, apply the effects. Okay, that's just an ongoing effect. Evidence check. There's no evidence. We haven't drawn any evidence yet. Police check if they're control. They're good. We're going to flip that back over. And then we're going to advance the timer. Okay, so we're running out of time pretty quickly here. We're going to see the next alarm. Alarm. That one with the hat is starting to panic. Give them a calming open hand to the face. Nothing to calm a person down, like an open hand to the face. This is one player draws a problem card. So at the end of the round, we're going to have to deal with another problem card. You know, at some point, we might just flee. Although, I mean, before we get these other 2 alarms. Okay, so I've definitely got more to handle here. I'm just going to keep my Tommy gun with me here. Why spoil a good thing? An honest officer. How much did you offer the schmuck? We're going to have to find out where his mother lives. Okay, so I'm going to get 1 less die when I roll. So I've got my rough 'em up skill to get that die back. And it just says 1 less. I don't know what that symbol means. So we're going to have to do a little quick check on that. Okay, so I just consulted the rule book. 2 problems. Number 1, I don't see that symbol anywhere in the rule book. Number 2, it's like impossibly small. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it is. So unfortunately, I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck with not knowing what it is. So we're just going to ignore that little symbol. Who knows? Okay, so that's very odd that they would not have either a listing or they would make that a little bit bigger so that like people could actually see it. Okay, so now we're ready to start this round. We have to control him. Again, that's a pretty good player to handle that. Do I deal with this? Probably got to deal with this. It's only a 4. I do like that you have to rough this guy up a little bit. So I think I'm going to do that firstly. First actually, let's get a new safe. And that'll be, okay, so now I'm glad I checked the safe first because that uses this symbol. And this only applies to me. This is a problem for me alone. So there's a little bit of 6 and 1 half a dozen the other because if I don't do it for this, well, I could use both of these guys. We're only drawing 5, actually 4 dice for that. That's really unfortunate that I had that symbol there. So a little bit of bad luck here on a couple of those things. Let's kind of quickly look through my abilities. I got that as well. So I would love to get rid of that so I can draw an extra die or roll an extra die, but that's going to take a tremendous amount of effort now at this point without really matching symbols to do. And if that's the case, I mean, I probably should just take my energy and put it towards just solving more of these safes. But it's probably not likely that I'm going to be able to do more than 1 or more than 2. Maybe I put my effort around to this one, try to knock it out, draw the next safe, and see if I can knock that out too, and then just flee. Because a flee is an action, I believe. Additional action. So flee is an action. Okay. I've done nothing yet. So I could do 1 would be to go at this, right? So I'm going to draw 2 alarms next. No evidence on this either. No evidence on things. All right, so I could throw in all in on this thing. which means this is kind of irrelevant, although I am losing a die. Yeah, I could use this. That's an extra 2. Is there anything else I can do to help this player? I guess I could see what the next safe is and see if I can at least get a success on it. I think that sounds like a pretty good plan. Okay, so this is going to get me, normally it would be 3, normally it would be 2. This is telling me I'm going to roll 1 less die. So I'm going to take 1 die away. Got +2 the final result, and I can re-roll this. So I think it's worth putting this in to try to clear this. That's 4 dice. I need a result of 12. If I can get a double or a triple on this, that'll be pretty good. I can also do that. All right, let's try it. Okay, yeah, let's try that. I love this guy with the piano wire. He's ready to strangle somebody. And the waitress, not sure what she's got. Oh, that's menus in her hand. But she's like, got her fingers on the pulse. Well, that was a good roll. So 6 and 7 is 13 times 4 is 40, 52, which is way more than we need. Okay, so this safe is going to be going. It's going to give us 5 dice, right? But we're going to search the safe with 1 less. So that's a little bit unfortunate. Okay, so let's roll these. That's pretty good. We got 3 symbols that we like. We're definitely keeping that. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 bags of money. So 3, 6, 9. We've got 9, which is pretty good. Okay, so let's put a safe into play. Oh my God. I didn't put an alarm in when I did this. How many have I done? 2? Well, that's really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. I can't really go back. I mean, I'm definitely going to put out 2 alarms. I should have been able to put 2 alarms out. There's nothing I can really do about that in terms of keeping, like, whatever the penalties are. Let's just hope they aren't too impactful. That old woman wants to get in the bank, get rid of her, but don't shoot her. So at the end of the round, we would have gotten a time move up, which would have given us 2 alarms here. So this whole game is going to come with a big asterisk. So that's unfortunate. Okay, and then we've got this, which is another one of these. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So I'm just kind of thinking now, what's the best way for me to fix this up? What's the best way for me to deal with this? Now, this would have gone twice more. Obviously, I could have done something about it. However, I could have also, would have made less progress on the other things. Boy, that is a problem. Okay, so I thought about it a little bit, and this one would have come out, for sure, but I brought that second save out. And this one would have come out this round. So this one actually wouldn't have affected us yet because I just brought it out. Last round I would have had this, so it would have pushed us into this. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so hopefully everyone will forgive that. I think if I wasn't on camera, I would just scoop this whole thing and start again. But, it takes something out of you to film things, and it takes a while to do it. So hopefully you'll forgive that. Okay, that old woman wants to get out of the bank, get rid of her, but don't shoot her. So we got that woman. We would have had to deal with that last round, and it would have been fine. I would probably bring another one, but bringing out 2 more alarms is kind of, then those would have gone off as well. So I think it just spirals into nowhere land. Okay, so make sure nobody triggers the alarm that's hidden under the counter. Okay, so this is our little mistake here. Okay. So I'm gonna do another alarm because I think I'm definitely gonna leave the bank. I'm just gonna flee. So I've just done the 1 action. This is a free action. So we're gonna bring this out. Oops, sorry, that's an alarm. Didn't see it. But now I'm compounding my mistakes. Okay, so here's the next safe. But I was gonna bring this out anyway. Ha, that's why. Okay, so that's keep an eye on that one in the brown suit. If they're not police, I'll eat my hat. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we've got fingerprint now. So that's a way we would lose the game instantly if we acquire enough evidence. There's a lot of alarms. Probably time to get out of this bank. But I've done one action. I've got 2 to go. I think I should. I should try to put. I gotta remember this. I think I should try to put at least some kind of success on there. Okay, so I'm gonna do both of these, which is gonna be 2 and 1, but it's gonna roll 1 less die because I have this problem. Okay, and I'm gonna roll this because I really gotta get this, and I got a +2, so I really only need 3 to get at least 1 success off of there. Okay, so this is a reroll and a 3. So I'm going to re-roll this. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. Okay, it's a lock, which isn't terrible because it's just going to ding her and she'll be out of there. So 3, I'll exhaust her as well, which will give me 5, which will give me 1 success. No time for finesse, plug in the drill. I like that. I actually didn't read the things on the other ones. We'll finish this faster if we can squeeze the combination out of the manager and the muscle. I love that. That's very cool. This should be the mayor's safe, his very own wife. Oh yeah, I did read that one. I like that one. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to use my last action to flee. So I'm just going to leave. There's no way I'm going to do any better at this point, right? Okay, so we're out of it. I'm just going to put my cards in the exhausted since those are coming back anyway. That might be illegal. Well, I'm not going to do anything about it, so I'm just going to leave them here. Okay, so now I've got the roll here. This problem is no longer in existence because I'm out of there. So it's this symbol, which I don't have. I can only commit 2 people. So I think let's put these 2 in. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. So this is going to be 1 each, right? I don't have any matching symbols. I'm going to add 2 before acting. And I'll roll the red die. Okay, let's try to squeeze this out. This would be nice. Okay. So 3, 4, 5. Oops. What did I just say? I think I said 5, right? So 3, 4, 5, 9. Oh, that is really painful. I'm tempted to go back and look at that. Man, I'm just making all sorts of... All right, well, that's going to ping one of these guys, which is a bummer. And that's not quite enough to clear that safe. Okay, so, c'est la vie. Then I'm going to flee with my last action. Okay, so that is the end of the first scenario. I've left before anything happened. I got a pile of things. Couple of little errors. It's interesting because this, you may or may not know this, but when you're filming things, it definitely takes a little bit of your bandwidth to run the game, to to keep things entertaining with the camera, and to play the game and make decisions. And unfortunately, sometimes that does lead you to make some errors, and people do love to point those out in playthroughs and things. That's Feel's number one. It's almost, if you want to comment on a video, you almost want to make a mistake so that someone will actually call you on it. But yeah, that was I made the mistake where I wasn't sure if I used an extra action or not. I did the Grim rule there, as they say in Arkham Horror. So I lost an action there, or I may have not lost an action, and then I didn't draw these, which would have probably brought out 2. So I'm not sure how that would have impacted things. We're going to soldier on here. Okay, although I shouldn't have done this the round before because I would have had that extra time, so that was another little bit of a misplay. Okay, so we're going to look at the general rule book here to give us a little reminder. 5 points, we get a level 3. 3 points, we get a level 2. 1 point gives us a level 1. And that would be somebody that's been KO'd. So these 2, we've lost this Groucho Marx looking guy, and we've lost this guy who looks like he works on the docks or something, or maybe manufacturer. So that's going to go away. Now we can, there is a way to, you can get rid of You can remove a henchman of your choice from the clan deck to gain 1 reputation point, but you can only do so twice during intermission. So if we wanted to squeeze out 2 more points, we could. Let's think about it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So that's going to give us a level 1, essentially level 3, a level... Well, actually, we could take 3 level 2s. That might be worth it. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I mean, the level 3s are really tasty. They're really good. So we're going to separate these into 2 piles. And we get to look at 2 at a time. So there's not many level 3s. There's only 5. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this with the level 2s. That's going to be my little strategy. So we're going to shuffle them up. We're going to leave these guys over here. Okay, so we're going to... Did I put them right off camera? Okay. All right, so the first 2 we got a choice from. This is pretty good, gaining an additional action, but this guy is really great because motivating, you can throw him away essentially to get 4 more cards into the deck that you will have spent for their abilities. This guy's amazing. Okay, so that's our first 3 bags of money spent. I love these. It reminds me of the cartoons. I love cartoons. They get this one goes on the bottom. I do love my cartoons, and I love the bags of money, the little silliness with that. Okay, this guy's going to go into our deck, which we will shuffle up. All right, next 2. Reroll all dice. It doesn't say reroll all dice except, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, this guy says reroll all dice except for the locked dice. But that's a pretty good one too. Ignore all or ignore the locked effects because that will keep you from losing somebody like completely. Yeah, I think this is more useful because if you use this, you'll effectively be able to reroll those locked anyway, and then it can help you in a second scenario as well. And so that's got a broader application, I think. So we're going to take her, and I like her. She kind of looks like one of the Baker Street irregulars. Okay, so that's 3 more down. I like this little system of doing this, and we're not going to spend any of our points because I like having a full deck. Okay, so the last 2 here. She's not amazing. She actually is pretty amazing. This is the guy I really love, though. So there's another one. She's like a sniper in this deck. Is it this guy? I think it's this one. And she removes a problem, but it's like she's like, you know, it's like mentioning Godfather again. And Godfather, like it's like Michael Corleone. It's like, spoiler alert. How can I solve my problems? Oh yeah, you can just murder the people that are being a problem. Perfect. And that's what I like about this. And this guy, he's holding these. I'm guessing he's like, you're throwing acid on somebody, you're poisoning somebody. You're probably not very nice. Okay, so we're going to get him as well. He's going to be the 3rd we're going to get. So we've got our deck a little bit better, but not a lot. So that's unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to set this next scenario up, and I'll come right back. Okay, so we're back. I've got this scenario set up. Very, very cool. This one's high-speed rescue. I should read this scenario. I do love this idea of the card chases here. I really do like when you understand the system, how to play, and then you get to play these little scenarios which change things up. This one is we're trying to get some of our friends back from the police. This is high-speed rescue, which is an interesting way of looking at it since it's not really a rescue, where these people have been arrested for probably a very good reason. Step on the gas. We have to catch up with them before they reach the prison, or else there will be nothing more we can do. I can't get past this damn garbage truck. Drive on the sidewalk. There'll be less traffic. Okay, now I just need you to get close enough so I can shoot the wheels. That's it. Watch out for the woman with the pram and the tree. Okay, so this one is pretty awesome. We are using our speed, and we're trying to weave around these obstacles. So firstly, we're going to shuffle up the deck. I'm going to do one of these because I just put those new cards in there, and I don't want to have them be in a big clump. If they're right at the beginning, that'll give me an unfair advantage. If they're right in the end, it will be not so nice either. Okay, so we're going to mix that up. And then we're going to deal out 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's going to be my deck. Then we've got the police. Double lock, draw a problem card except when you motivate. So I'm not quite sure because this says 3, but we'll have to see. Okay, so what I was looking for is to see if there was another one of these cards, but I don't see it. Okay, so we've got our prologue cards, our police on the uncontrolled side here. I'll just quickly shuffle up the problems and the obstacles, which is the coolest part of this. So we're trying to catch this van. The second that we catch up to the van, we win. Okay, and then we get a bunch of points to spend, which is great. However, if we catch them, we get 15 points, and I think we draw someone, like a random person. But this has a thing where if the police get to here and they get away, then we get however many points we've placed here. So if we've at least gotten here, we'll get 1.2 points and so forth. Okay, now the cool part of this is that we're going to draw obstacles for each part of the roadway, which is great, although it definitely takes up space. And we'll pick where to put this at the beginning of the round. And we can see this is sort of like these are the right and the left lane. If we choose the left lane, then we get rid of this one, and then when we're done with that, we go on, these move up and we get 2 more. So we can always kind of see what's ahead of us in the road. Thematically, I quite like it, but the idea is to keep gaining speed so that we can catch up, and that's essentially everything. Now at the end of the round, these are going to get locked, or we can decide to put them in there rather, and you can spend them to kind of increase the speed by 1, or you can spend 1 as a free action in both cases to change the lane if you want to change lanes, if you feel that it's too difficult or whatever. Okay, so you cannot. So anybody that dies is dead. There's no getting them back. So, but you can motivate by bribing, and I think that's about it. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at our hand here. So this player, I've got 2 of the new ones, which is great in a way. Motivate 4 henchmen. Okay, I don't need that right now. Roll all dice. Re-roll all dice, excuse me. But that's a lot of skills here. And this scenario, it makes more sense to move quickly, to try to get there quickly. Okay, and this one I've got add 2 to the roll. Let's move this over just a little bit. Add 2 to the roll. Before acting, add 2 before acting, same thing. And the active player recruits up to 2 henchmen. Okay, so this is a kind of more willing to do that earlier because I want to move quickly. In fact, it's almost worth ignoring that because you have an extra round. We can kind of see how we're doing in the second round maybe, and then decide not to do it. Okay, so we're going to draw a problem card. I guess I'm in a better position to do that here, to deal with the problem. We do have to start a round. Before choosing the starting player, choose a lane. Okay, so which skill do we have? Which of these skills do we have? This one is the better one. So we're going to go into the plus. It's +1 and recruited henchman. This is +2. So you got to look at the rewards too, but this is 10 and that's 18. So I definitely think it's worth going to this lane first. Okay, so that's the first thing. This is gonna be the first player. We're gonna draw a problem. Okay. Telltale Scar. And this has got an evidence, so we definitely want to get rid of that because that'll end the whole game. And we're gonna try not to make a mistake on this round here. You're going to have to cover it up with some makeup. Even a blind man would recognize you. That's pretty awesome. Like your Scarface. You've got the easy way for people to identify you. Okay, now that's not hard to get rid of. It does limit our red skills, but I don't have a matching. Now, this player can help me, but they have a sort of a matching one. So I think I'm going to, let's just think about this for a second. I want to draw. I want to do this. In fact, I wouldn't mind doing 2 of these, but unfortunately they're the same skill and I don't have. So I think I'm going to draw first. So let's draw Oh, look at that. That is a thing of beauty. Oh my goodness, the exact thing I needed. Okay, so I'm going to ignore this. That player can work on this. I'm going to try to do twice. Right? Okay, so this one I'm going to be a little more reckless. I'm going to push a lot farther or a lot harder. So I need 10. I'm going to do these 2. And that's going to give me 3 for the matching skill and 1 more for this one here. And then this is going to give me 3 as well. I don't think I need this, do I? I've got 3, 6, 7 dice. 7 dice. And I need 10. And I go up to 4. Do I have... I could re-roll all dice. So that's my way out of this, I think. Yeah, I think that's better than rolling the red die. Is it? I can recruit a henchman for free, but this will give me a damage, and this will draw me a problem. If I had to, I could re-roll the red die, but that has to get rid of that guy. Thinking. I would like to crush this. 10. I think I'm going to roll the die. Okay. This is draw a henchman, which is great. But this is 4, 4, 4. Actually, it's 5, 5, 5. Look at that. 5, 5, 5. Okay. So that's great. We're going to get this. Was it necessary to rip out the bin, or did you just do it for fun? So I just hit a garbage can. This is like, all the movie cliches we've got here. I love when they really in games lead into the movie cliches. So I've driven around, smashed through the thing, like we're having this high-speed chase, and I managed to do it. I've increased my speed by 1. I get to recruit a henchman. Look at that. That's lovely. Okay, and I get to draw a henchman card here. Wait, that's not a problem. Yeah, that's henchman. Okay, now this one goes away. We will reshuffle those if we need to. Those move up, and now we get 2 new obstacles. Okay, so I've drawn. I have this I can put here to increase my speed, which I believe I will. Yeah, okay, so I've gone up by 1. I'm going to try to go up. This is a dangerous one, though, because my speed increases by 1, but I also permanently lose a die from this scenario. But I think this one is full steam ahead, so we're gonna do it. Okay, so these 2 are out right now. We're gonna put these 2 in. I can avoid drawing a problem card, which is useful to know. Excuse me. Okay, so this is gonna be 6 dice. 3 and 3, and it's 7. So I kind of think I don't need the red die this time. Although I can re-roll it. What do you think? 6 dice, I gotta get a 7. I mean, there's 4. I've got the re-roll. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. Okay, so yeah, I crushed it, but I did get a damage, which is gonna go to. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm never gonna see. Well, I guess it does matter. Reroll the red or get 2. I think he's going to take the damage. Okay. Okay, so the reward is I'm going to remove 1 die from the scenario. I'm going to put it up here next to the po. And I'm going to increase my speed by 1. I didn't get any more of these. These 2 are going to go. And I'm going to get these 2 up. And then 2 new ones. Okay, so I think that's it. I recruited and I did that too. So, okay, these come back to my hand, and now I'm ready to go over here. Okay, so I wanted to control the police, but now I'm thinking I should just go for broke. Because it's the same skill here as it is here, and that's another speed, although that's all I can really do. And then I don't really like this one, so I'd love to switch lanes in the next round. Okay, here's what I think I should do. I'm going to definitely recruit. Okay. I've got the running. I've got the runner. I think I'm going to do the police here. So I'll do the police and I'll do this, right? I need 8 results, though. So if I did these 2 for that, And I did this guy for the police. I could do this. Yeah, okay, so let's do these two, okay? That's gonna be 3 and 2, right? It's gonna be for here. Or excuse me, for here. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna roll the red die. Okay, that is really unfortunate. This goes here though, which is kind of nice. That's 4. Boy, that is a bummer. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to give them each a damage so we don't lose them forever. Okay, so now it's making me think, should I just... Or should I try to do this? Ideally, actually, which would be great, would be to do the police properly, get one of these, I could add that, and then move this up, and then next round I have a leg up on getting there. So I think that's probably what I'll do. Do I have any... I actually could reroll all dice. Let's hold off for a second. Let's do this for a second. This was my roll. I can reroll all dice. I think that's worth it. She's got a skill of 2, but if I can do this, I will avoid killing them off, which will allow me to use them next round, right? And I could just clear this. So I think I'm going to do that. I don't really like to lose this person since they're pretty good, but let's try that. Maybe we'll get rewarded. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, but I've gotten the same thing here, 2, 2. Okay, but I think I can get rid of her. And that will allow me to at least complete this. And do I have any way to block? Okay, I don't have any way to block these two. So they're still going to go, but at least I've gotten rid of this. But I have lost another person as well, 2 more people. So in the end, probably not really worth it. That goes up 1 more. This goes away. And we've moved these 2 up, and we've got this. Okay, so that was my second action. I recruited for 1. I'm going to want to change lanes. There's no more reason to do this, but I am going to do that. I'm going to do these 2. If I do, I'm only going to get 3 dice. So I'm going to use this. It might be that I have to draw a problem card, but I can avoid it with her. So a little fast and loose. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is a lock and this is a lock. That's a real bummer. Oh yeah, but I don't have to worry about damage. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, that's 5. Whew, we just got that. This is going to flip over. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other one. Okay, so I've done that. So my turn is over. This comes back into my hand. Did I forget about this? No, because I didn't do the red skills. Okay, I was thinking about helping them and I kind of forgot about that, but that's okay. Okay, so end of round. Let's take a little look-see. Advance the clan car as many spaces as indicated by the speed. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Advance the police command 1 step if you haven't caught up with it. 1. Okay. Evidence check. Oh, that's the thing. This has an evidence, so I got to be very careful. I can end me right away. And then police check if they're controlled or not. They are controlled. We're going to flip this over again. End of scenario. We're not there yet. Okay, so here we are. Next round. I'm definitely going to draw the next problem here. Okay, this is another thumbprint. Just making sure we don't have a thumbprint anywhere else. Okay, that's not great. You cannot use the skills of your henchmen. That is brutal. Betrayal. Someone isn't who they say they are. We have to work and find out who it is before it's too late. Okay, so that's really pretty bad. Okay, so now we're ready for the next thing. Now this locks this up, which is a little bit of a bummer. Okay, that's this symbol of which I have nothing. Oh, at the beginning of the round before drawing this, I did say I did not want to do that, and I wanted to switch lanes, so we're going to add that to here. We get to do that. Start a round before choosing the start player. Yeah, okay. Okay, so then we would have seen this. Sorry about that. Okay. So we want this skill of which I have here. And then we'll go into this, which that kind of helps. So I don't have a lot of options with that. I have a +2. I probably can easily. Okay, let's try to use this guy lifting his grain or whatever. I like that they're kind of a lot of normal people in a way. Like they're like, this guy's like looking for a few extra bucks, so he does some shady things on the side when he's not at the feed store or whatever. I used to do that for a living. I worked out my working papers when I was 14, and I used to carry around feed like that, 50-pound bags. Okay, so I'm gonna put him in. So he's got a matching skills. He's gonna get 2, and then a third one. So 3 dice to get 4. I can always drop this guy if I need to add 2. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, that's a bummer because it knocks him out. But that's 6, so it takes care of this. Oh, I can't use that skill. Whew. Okay, but I do need to get rid of this because I can't have this evidence piling up. That's a problem that I've dealt with. Okay, good. So he's going to get knocked out, unfortunately. Okay, so did I draw? Man, I can never remember. I don't believe I drew some cards. Yeah, I did not draw. So that's my first action. So I probably should have drawn cards first. I think I'm going to do that now. Wait, before I do. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to need at least 2 rounds to catch him. Yeah, I'm going to draw. Okay, so I could handle this on my own, which I don't necessarily need to. This isn't really punishing me as long as I don't get a problem like that it contains this, but except for the evidence thing. But I have a matching skill for here. I got to keep pressing forward, so I think that's what I should do. So this is my third action. Okay, this is going to be 3 dice. I need 9 as a result. I think I'm going to spend her to draw 2 henchmen. Not technically what I needed here. +2 to my final result. It's 9. That's not great. I'm going to roll this die. Let's see what happens. Should I get one more guy? Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Okay, well, that's not great. 7. I've got these 2, which is not enough. I can yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw her away to ignore the result of 1 die. That way I'll spend him. Oops, that's my timer telling me I'm running out of time on my memory card. Where is that? Yeah, I see. Okay. Okay, so I've spent him so that I succeeded on this. Okay, he's going to get knocked out by that. And good. Okay, this goes as well. These are going to move up. And we're going to get 2 new obstacles. Okay. So that was draw, obstacle, and there was one other thing I did before I get distracted from my alarm there. Okay, so these guys are locked here. I definitely have to draw, and then I think I should do this and probably that. I want to get my speed up. So we're going to draw 2. I have a sort of matching. I can double the expertise. If I can catch up with it, I win instantly. Right? Okay, so I think actually I'm going to let the police card go, and I'm just going to go for broke here. So 1, 2, 3. So that will go, and I'll have to deal with it the round after. But I believe I can do it. So let's do this. Let's go towards this guy. This is going to be 3. I'm going to add the red die, right? I just need 6. This is add 2 before acting. Double the multiplier, ignore the result, avoid drawing a problem card, reroll the red die. That just says reroll the red die, so I think that does mean that I can. So sometimes it specifies accept the thing. So yeah, okay, we're gonna do this. Okay, 3, 6. Well, 6 times 2 is 12, which is more than enough. So we're gonna succeed at this. Okay, that's gonna move my speed up 1. This is gonna go, these are gonna go up, and this is gonna go here. So that was my second action. This is gonna go here. Now, my third action, should I keep pushing? This is gonna remove another die from this scenario, which is not great. Oh, but the car only moves at the end of the scenario. And where does it advance? That's the first thing that happens, so we wouldn't have to deal with the police. I think that's the thing to do, is to push. So we're in this lane. I can spend one of these actually to switch lanes. Is this? No, but I have the symbol for this. Okay. So I think I'm just going to kind of go for broke here. So I'm going to spend these 2 guys, which is 3, 4, and I'm going to spend this, exhaust her, to double the expertise of this guy, which was actually would be stupid because I don't have enough dice. They're locked in here. Okay, so that's going to be 4 dice. I'm going to roll the red die because I can, well, I've got 2 to absorb damage. I'm just going to go for it. Okay. Wow, that's a great roll. Way more than I needed. So this is going to go up 1, but we're going to lose another die from the scenario. Okay, so these 2 go, these 2 go up here, and we're going to get, we're going to reverse these guys again. Okay. All right, I feel like a little under the gun because my memory cards are going to expire here in a minute. I need to flip them, but I just want to finish this scenario. Okay, so that was the end of my turn. These guys come back to hand, and we're going to start another round. All right, we're going to go to the end of round, excuse me. Advance the clan car. So this is 3, which is going to go off this thing. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to go forward 1. Evidence check. We've got 1 in play. And then the police, they're going to lose this. So next round, they're going to activate. Right? And then, let's get some here. And then that's it. Okay, so we're going to start a new round. I've got a few henchmen left here. I'm going to draw a problem. I think I'm going to stick with this player because that's my thing. That's a second thumbprint, so that's not great. We will have to speak with diligent reporter. We'll have to speak with their boss, see if they can give them some vacation time. So this reporter's doing their due diligence, and that's affecting our... Okay, we can't use the shamrock to reroll your dice. I don't care. We're pushing through here. 1, 2. So we just need 2 successes. Exhaust a henchman from the clan deck. That's interesting because actually if I draw all these guys, I won't need to do that. We're going to go ahead and draw 2. Okay, and then we definitely want to... Oh, we have to pick the lane. Sorry. So let's flip these guys over and flip this over. Okay, so that's not bad. This one I have much more expertise, but I'm only going to max of 1. So I'd have to remove this problem first. And then the next one would be the blue. I don't have any of the guns. I think I still stick with this lane. So let's try that. Okay, so this and this guy. Okay, so this is a problem. Okay, look, there's the medical thing. Although I can just remove a problem card from play. I'm going to do that. I'm going to remove this right from play. So that's gone. My telltale scar is gone. Okay, which now frees me up to do this pretty easily. So I just got to get 8. I'm going to do this as, well, this is kind of dumb though, because I only have 3 dice left. Okay, so that's 3. That's all I've got. So, I mean, I have to roll this thing. That's a bummer. All right, let's do it. That's all we can do. Okay, 2, 4, and I get to draw a henchman. So 4... sorry, over here. I need 8. So, I can't use this. I could just do it again. That's fine. Okay, so that's my first action. Okay, so this is going to go here. And I got 4, which is going to cover this. And I'm going to get to draw a henchman, which I think did I just draw? I think I drew her. I think I'm not doing that great at remembering each of the player's actions. Okay, so that's fine. I'll just take the 1 success for now. I'm going to spend these 3, right? And at the end of your turn, you can spend these 3. Well, that's definitely quite different. So that's not great because I've only got 2 dice now. Okay, but we are going to do this again. We're going to do this, and we're going to roll this because we need it. Do we have any other way? No. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not quite what we needed. There's nothing I've got. Well, I can draw a henchman, and that's going to be a failure otherwise, unfortunately. All right, well, that's a bummer. Okay, so end of my turn, I'm going to do this to go up 1, right? All right, so now we've got some more dice back in the pool. This comes back up to my hand, and I remember that I could not use this to reroll, which is fine. Okay, now we're going to go over here. Nothing else to remember. Okay. So this is going to be the end of the round, but I'm never going to get there because I'm going to succeed. We're going to use the red, which is going to be 2. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use him to add 2 before acting. Okay. All right, so this could kill her, unfortunately, if I get one of the wrong symbols. Ignore the result of 1 die, so maybe I can keep her alive. Okay. This is only going to go 2, but yeah, but that's all I need. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's a locked die, which isn't great, but this is actually success here, which is going to move me up 1. That's all I need. So these are gone. These move up, and now 2 more obstacles come out. Okay, so that's all I need to win, so nothing else is going to cause me to lose. I don't need to motivate. I don't need to do anything else, so I'm just going to pass. Okay. So I pass till the end of the round. Now we're going to advance the clan car, and that's a meet-up with them. We've caught the police, and we've managed to win the day, and I've got like 42 seconds left. So I'm under the wire as well. So I'm going to switch my memory cards. We're going to recruit some people, and we're going to head into the bid for power scenario. Okay, we're back. We're just going to resolve this this one scenario here. I've already kind of laid this one out just to save a little time here. But let's take a look here at this. As soon as this clan car catches up with the police van, you have managed to rescue your comrades. You get 15 reputation points and a level 2 henchman that you draw randomly from the deck. Okay, so this is level 2. We're going to do this randomly from the deck. There we go. That's this this nun who's got some money. You can just change the results of a die. So we're going to add that to our deck here. We didn't lose anybody in the last scenario. Now it almost doesn't really matter if we lose people because, you know, we're on our way to we see our goal within our grasp. Okay, so we got 15 points. I think we go through this deck 3 times for the three level 3s. Do we? Or do we go through our level 2s still? 15 will get us, what is it? It's 3? We could get 5 level 2s. I kind of wonder if that's better. We like drawing people. No, let's get 3 level 3s. Okay, so I'm going to get first 2. Active player recruits up to 4. Pretty good. Plus 6 to your final roll. I think that's even better. Let's do that. Okay. She goes on the bottom. Next 2. Change the result of 2 dice. -3 before acting. You cannot go below. Okay, so that's pretty good. You can -3. Make sure it's less effective. Or the test is easier. Now this is really good because that's -3. So if there's like, you know, multiple. That's really good. Okay, we're going to take him and the last one. So now I'm down to the ones that I didn't pick before. Okay, revive up to 3 henchmen of your choice. That's revive from the dead to motivate. I think I'm going to take that. Okay. So this one's a little different, though, because we have to get through to the end. Like, we have to... We can't... Like the last scenario... Well, the first scenario we played together, we had to... We could flee. We could effectively end the scenario at any time we chose. The last one, we could win at any time as long as we could catch up. So, you know, we did quite well. We caught up within a couple of rounds, and that was good. However, this one, we have to go through all of them in order to get to the end. So, and have the elections. Okay, so this is the bid for power. We're running our mayoral campaign, and you know, there's slinging mud, and there's a lot of things going on, and we have to make sure we convert enough of the votes for us. So at the end of the election, we have to be up by 4 votes, or we lose. And of course, the normal lose things happen as well. Now, the other thing that we have here is from the 2 that we've done, we've got a betrayal. So let's go ahead and read this because it's actually pretty cool. And I'm trying to keep on theme here as well. Where's our bid for power? Going into politics is without a doubt the riskiest thing we've done so far. In my time, I have known the most bloodthirsty criminals this country has to offer, but nothing compared to these politicians that we are up against. They are immoral, corrupt sons of guns. Even so, we've come this far, we're going to finish the job, and I'll become the mayor of your city. When that day comes, I promise all the blood, sweat, and tears we've shed will be worth it. Okay, so he's saying like, hey, like this whole clan, we're all gonna succeed together, but I think maybe that might not be accurate. Okay, so what's gonna happen is that I'm going to read this because I think it's kind of interesting, like I said. So, rumors represent, this is the kind of mechanism here, we got the rumors. Rumors represent the skeletons in the closet that your adversaries are going to use against you, which unfortunately are not few and are linked to the passage of time in the campaign. Each time you advance the campaign token on the campaign track, you must reveal a new rumor, except when the token reaches this space, then you do too. Okay, and so these are kind of rumors, and you have to deal with them in, either, you're going to muscle people, pay people, bribe people, whatever. But you got to make these go away. But this is a betrayal, which is the other thing I was going to read, but I got a little hasty. Don't be hasty. Speaking of which, I was talking today. Speaking of don't be hasty. Hunt for Gollum is in the Lord of the Rings, not related to this at all. But in the Lord of the Rings, the book, there's a significant amount of time, it's like 17 years that Gandalf leaves the Shire and attempts to figure out whether the ring is the One Ring or not. And they have to kind of fill in all the gaps of the knowledge about this ring, and he's trying to find Gollum to get this evidence about what happened. And it's just like a page or 2 in the book where it explains how he and Aragorn had to track down Gollum. And now they're going to make this movie. Peter Jackson and Andy Serkis are going to make this film, and that's very kind of exciting, but also a little leery. But Ian McKellen he said, "Hey, I'll do the movie. I'll return as Gandalf under one condition, and the condition is that he's still alive." He's like, "You better hurry up." A little bit sad, especially since he just fell off a stage recently. A couple of months ago, he fell off a stage and really hurt himself. I know when I was at a show in Dallas, Meatloaf fell off a stage and he was like broke a shoulder or something, and I think it led ultimately to his death. I believe. His health was deteriorated, pretty severe thing there. I did get to see Ian McKellen on Broadway many years ago in New York when I lived back home. That's a quick little aside that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But where is the betrayal? Betrayal cards represent events from the past that you have. Now that you have become a public figure, will work against you. There will be one active betrayal card for the entire scenario as stated in the setup. And so it's going to be one of these 2. We take this hands up and high speed rescue. These are the 2 that we were using. I'm going to roll a die, odds and evens, and I'll re-roll it if it's anything else. Okay, so that's odds. We're going to take this one. This one's going to go away. The notes were marked. So you saw all this money, but the notes were marked. Now let's come back to haunt us now that the mayoral thing's happening. So here we go. We're going to capture at least 1 die. So these dice are going to get locked in here, okay? as long as in the roll you get at least one of these, it's gonna go here. And you can only free one die at a time, but that's gonna really take a lot of time. If ever you have all 4 locked, that's it for you, you lose, okay? Now we're going to deal out a couple of campaigns. Here they are. We're going to, I'm pretty sure I shuffled everything up. Okay, I better just do that real fast anyway to make sure. I'm pretty sure I shuffled everything before I started talking about Gandalf. Okay, each player is going to get 2, I believe. Boy, I'm king of opening and closing this book to remember the little things I keep forgetting. Now, the campaigns represents the activities that you have to carry out to get more support for your boss. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, but we are going to get, each player gets 2. So, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And I just said I keep closing this thing. I'm leaving it open this time. And it looks like there is no active campaign to start, okay? But if we get a new campaign into play that's free to do, what? That can't be free to do. Oh, you have to spend an action to discard the active campaign. So there is additional action. Discard the active campaign and reveal a new active campaign. You cannot do this if there's already an active campaign. Draw campaign cards, 1 or 2 cards. So our action is to draw, we can draw a couple of campaign cards if we want to. And then we can get rid of this and put a new one into play. Oh, but we put a new one into play from our hand. That makes more sense. Okay. And now we're going to get, each of us are going to get our starting 3. 1, 2. Actually, I should do my better shuffle here. I really am always satisfied with this kind of a shuffle. In fact, recently, I had a video a while back about different ways to shuffle. And last week, we did a couple playthroughs, my wife and I. And each of those needed like a million card shuffle. I couldn't believe how big the decks were there for those. A few party games, but it made me think of that video. Okay, so some good stuff here. Motivate for henchman, reroll all the dice and ignore results. So some pretty good stuff. These are the campaigns here. Very good. Okay, a couple of those symbols. +2 reroll. Okay, so I always like seeing that. It's very nice. Okay, this is going to go here. This is going to get us 1 vote, 1 vote, 1 vote, 1 vote. So you only really ever seem to get 1 vote. But while they're in play, there is a negative. So we want to make sure we're very careful about when to put them into play. Okay, so let's take a look here. End of round, end of scenario. Okay, and this is going to KO a henchman, so we probably want to stay on top of bribing the police, especially since we have to go the full scenario. And this is going to add a rumor to start, which is going to be, I believe we start with a rumor. Yes, we start with a rumor, okay. Sponsors don't trust us, change their mind. Okay, so we're going to change their mind, rough them up. So at the end of the round, we're going to move a vote back over. So we definitely don't want that. But we have a bunch of successes to do that. Okay, so now we're going to draw a problem card. I think every single time I've done this, so it's probably going to throw me for a loop if I don't do it this way. So that's what I'm going to do. A police raid. Now we've got a thumbprint, very bad. Time to split out the back door now. Okay. You cannot have more than 2 henchmen in your hand at the end of your turn. Exhaust the excess. Okay, so that's pretty terrible. We're going to have to deal with this. But it's unfortunate because I want the same stuff for my campaigns. And we need the same thing for this. Okay, so first off, we're gonna recruit for sure. All right, that's good for this. Okay, so we're gonna put her to this test, which is 3. I just need 4. I think I'm just going to stick with this. Okay, so that's good. That's my second action. I've gotten rid of that. Perfect. No bad stuff there. No locked dice. And now, I don't think these are the way to go. I've got this guy here. Pretty good. for this campaign. It's really a negative thing though, but if I can't get it back, it doesn't matter. So this is a good time to play that. Okay, so I've done 2 actions for here. Oh, this is the thing to do. That's the thing to do. I don't like to spend him. Although this round wouldn't be the worst if this happened. Although I still need to do that as well. So what's better? I spend my time doing that or spend my time doing this? I think I got to take care of the police. So this is only going to get me 2 dice though. 2 dice. Yeah, I need a 4. All right, I've got this as my whatever, so let's try it. Okay, so that's 2. I'm just going to spend him because I got to do this. Right, this doesn't... but I still have to capture a die because I got 1. That's a bummer. So I've lost a die. Okay, that's the end of this turn. My Tommy gun is over here. And these come back to hand. And now I'm going to go over here. Now, I would like to... the police are done, which is great. So now I can concentrate on just doing this and this. Right? First, let's draw. Okay. So this is interesting because I could get rid of him. I just realized the symbol that I was wondering about is a specific scenario that I actually did not play that one. That's why I didn't recognize that. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to get rid of this. Man, there's so much to do. Essentially, I have to just win 4 of these, though. So if I could get the 4 in my hand, that's enough. So I really should just take care of this to make sure. So let's do that. I do like his ability, so I don't want to lose him. This is going to be 4 dice. This will... it's not that great. It's not that great. Okay, I need 10. Let's do this. If I have to take 2 rounds, I guess I have to take 2 rounds, but I don't want to lose him. So I better throw somebody else in. Let's throw her in. All right. All right, pretty bad, 1 and 1. I'm going to lose him anyway. Oh my God, whatever. This is the worst roll. Oh my goodness. Reroll all dice. Yeah, I got to do it. All the dice. Okay. Including the lock, because we have some cards that say... Oh. Okay, much better. So now we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, which is exactly what we need. So this is going to get thrown out, and we're going to get to draw a henchman. Okay, great. Okay, so that's my second action. Now, I think we're going to play... Let's play this one. That is free. Spend an action to discard that, so I can put a new one to play. That's the lightning bolt. Okay, so we're going to say we need to talk to whoever publishes the surveys. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so we need 9 to do it. Henchmen cannot be recruited. Yeah, we definitely want to get through this one. I'm going to put both these guys into play because I don't want to lose him. And that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. 2, 4, 6. And can I ignore the result if I have to? Reroll all the dice except for the locks. Well, that doesn't help me. Okay, so I think we're just going to do this. Okay, we've got a lock, which is a bummer. 2, 3, 4. Well, that's not great. I think we're going to spend these and reroll these 2. No, we're going to spend 1 firstly. Reroll this. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's pretty good. Let's do this. Oops, out of the barrel. 4. Okay, 10. Perfect. Okay. Enough. This goes here. And we're going to get to push a vote into our column. Perfect. Okay, so now these guys all come back to my hand. That's the end of the round. And let's go to the end of the round stuff. Active campaign, apply the effect. Active rumors, apply the effect. Evidence check, police check. Good. This goes to this way. And then we're going to do the move this thing. We're just going to bring another rumor. I love this guy. This guy's on the phone. Hey, did you hear about what happened? Okay. We've got a rumor. The quack who's been dealing in the hospital has been caught. We must not be linked to him. Okay, so this is a guy that's been dealing drugs for us, and now he's gotten rightfully arrested, and we are upset about that. We need 3 of the medical bags here. Okay, we can't use this to reroll dice, the shamrock. Not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so now we got the new... I did not have a lock for that. Okay. And then we got the problem. I think I'm going to stick with this as I have every single round for whatever reason. The tax man calls. I told you the casino wouldn't be enough. These people never give up. Okay, so somebody's come collecting money. Wow, I don't remember seeing the books symbol. Is that really a symbol? How have I never seen that? Oh, look, it's right there. That's really interesting. I've always looked over that. Okay, so I just need a success of 3. I can't use the red die. Not that big of a deal. Okay. And I'm going to check real fast. Scenario objective. At the end of the scenario, I think it's just 4. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just need... Okay, so I just rechecked that real fast. I need 3 votes is it. So that's not terrible. I mean, I could probably just get 4 or 5 and then just massage the rest of the scenario here. Okay, so this is a thumbprint that could lose it for me. I can't use the red die, so I think I should probably take care of that if I can, or actually you can take care of it for me. This is a rumor. It's not really the worst either. I do need to help to take care of the police. What can I do there? All right, so first things first. The first action is going to go to that. Okay, but I like this. Let's use her to do 3 dice. I can't use this. And the police needs 4. That's what I'm doing here. Sorry, I'm going to calm the police down. They need 4. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to get myself 2 more dice. All right, because it can still capture a die, but I can't take any damage. Okay, it's going to capture a die. All right, 3, so okay, more than enough. They're controlled. Okay, so that was my second action. Now my third action, I think I should probably do that. It ignores the capture thing, and I ignore damage. Okay, so this is 3 dice, and I just need 2 success. So I think I keep it with that. Okay, there's 4. I ignore this for damage and for the capture. Okay, so I'm going to save a die. All right, that's another lose condition, so I have to be careful. Okay, that's it for my turn on this side. And then over here, this is dangerous. So ideally, this is done. Ideally, I would probably do this and this, or I would do this and this. All right, let's, because this will slide a vote back, so I should not put it into play unless I can definitely do it. Now, he's pretty cool because he can -3 to all of them, but it would only do 1. But that would succeed with that of a 4. But I should do this one with something like that. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So let's take care of this because that's a lose condition, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have that much time. Did I draw? I think I did draw. Okay. So man, that's something I keep forgetting. I should put something on here to show like, hey, you draw on this turn or not. Okay. So I'm going to try to clear this. I cannot imagine this is not going to work, but I don't want to lose him. I can ignore. The result of a die. He's great at motivating people, so I don't want to. I could use her if I had to. All right, let's just do this and see what happens. So I'm going against this. Okay, so I don't want that for sure. I think I can ignore the die. I'm going to ignore that because he's going to be able to get a bunch of them back. So I'm going to ignore that. This thing is taken care of. That problem. Okay, so that's my second action. I don't want to risk that at the moment. So why don't we go towards this? Oh, that really doesn't hurt me that badly. I don't know if it's worth it. I think it's almost worth it more to do that. Let's get a die back, and then next round I'll start with that. Okay, so he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I remember ignore the damage and I ignore the capture. Okay, wow, that was really close to... Okay, so we're going to get that die back. Okay, that's it for my turn. Now we're ready for the end of turn. Discard the activate campaign, no, nothing there. Activate rumor, nothing there. Evidence, we don't have any. And then we're going to do the police, flip that down, move this, and get a new rumor. This one is got the fingerprint. Press has got a hold of our background, has to be nipped in the bud. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I wonder what that symbol is, because I'm like, what symbol do we need here? Running quickly. I keep seeing that, and I don't know what it means. What is that symbol? Just for the flavor. It's pursuit, run. Oh, okay, just hurry, I guess is what it means. Okay, maximum of... Okay, so this is affecting everyone, which is... Oh, yeah, that's what that thing meant before. Okay, so let's think about this for a second. I'm going to want this symbol for this. I'm going to want to take care of that. He's got a lot more cards. Yeah, let's give me the problem. Let's see what it is. Hideout discovered. Okay, really bad. 2 thumbprints. We'll have to find somewhere else to stash this stuff. They've got a car outside the door. Okay, but it's only a 4. So I have to exhaust 2 henchmen from the clan deck. So I definitely want to get rid of that. Okay, 1, 2. Those are 2 priorities. 3, 4. Okay, that's 4. That gives me two actions to be able to draw, which I think I'm going to do. Okay, 1, 2. All right, so we've got a couple of these guns. Nothing too wonderful. All right, so I think I'm going to do this towards that. That's going to be a strength of 4. What do we think? Is there anything else I'm forgetting? No. I could do that. Should I add a second one? Yeah, I think these guys are kind of equal. I'm going to do this guy here, just to give it one more die. I don't know how well that's going to work out. Okay, perfect. That's gone. So that's 2 reasons I got rid of that. I didn't want to KO any henchmen, and I definitely did not want to have that thumbprint hanging around. Okay, that's my second action. My third action, I should either deal with this or, well, he's got to put that out, so we can't deal with that. So I could get rid of this. I think the police is a better one for me to do because I have the right symbol. So 3, 4, 5. So it's these. That's got to be enough. Okay, it's enough. I ignore that for the damage, but unfortunately it does still lock my die. Let's flip that over. Okay, my turn is done. I get everybody back to hand. Over here. First things first, I'm going to draw 2. Remove a problem card. That's really useful. I'll probably use him and then use the motivate for henchman, your choice. Actually, I use his ability too. Okay, so I'm going to throw this in if I can get it done for sure. So this guy will give me, all by himself, will give me 4 towards that. This guy will give me 5. And then I can change the result of a die to keep him from dying, I guess. Okay, so we're going to pop that in. Put a new campaign into play. That's a free action. Okay, we're going to play these two, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So it's 5. I need 10. So I'm going to roll the red die. And just remember, I can change the result of a die. I can ignore. I do have some options here. So, all right. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can draw a henchman. 2, 4, 6. Do I have... I don't think I have the guy that adds 2. I think I'm going to spend her because I really would like to just get this die. I can't leave that in play, right? So we're going to change that to a 4, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is enough. I move one of these over, okay? So I drew, I did that, and now I have one last action. I don't have any more of those. And in order to spend an action, discard the active campaign. But I can also spend an action. I can draw campaign cards. I can also do that. I think I'm going to draw 2. Okay, a couple of pretty good ones. Okay. All right, so this comes back to my hands. I'd like to, ideally, I guess, use these really powerful effects and then use the thing that cycles those guys back in. I think that's the thing I want to do. Okay, so at the end of the round, active campaign, no. These guys, no. Rumor, now we're going to get 2 rumors. The police is going to flip down. Okay. So we've got a rumor. They're trying to get information out of our employees. Make sure none of them are speaking out. Okay. Starting player loses their first action. That's unfortunate. I don't really like that one. I got that one last time for a while. You cannot draw campaign cards. Okay, that's not good either because I've only got 2 more shots at doing this. Okay. Now we're going to start the new round. I'm going to draw the problem for him. Okay. Those skills, maximum of 1 die. Terrible. A dark pass. I paid for my mistakes. That's not who I am anymore. Okay, I think I'm going to remove a problem card from play. Let's get rid of that. Now, I'm going to try to use this guy. I'm going to get one more of these votes. Okay, so I'm down 1 action already. Right? So I've drawn 2. So I've got 1 more to go here. Police is going to be something I got to do. So I really need to get rid of this. So let's get rid of that. Right? And then maybe I'll put in, okay. So that's going to be 6 dice. 3, 6. I've got 1 there. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, I think that's worth it. I'm going to roll this die also. This could be a real bad one for me. Okay, I cannot use these to reroll. They're useless right now. 3, 5, and 5 is 10, 20. Okay, so that was a great roll. We get rid of this rumor. Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem, and this is a problem. Okay, my turn is over. Now, before my turn ends, actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play this one. Okay, now it's my turn. I got to do the police, and I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do this guy. He's going to do -3 to this, so it's just going to need 2, right? So I'm going to do these 2 guys here to get 3 and 2 is 5. Kind of unnecessary, but I don't want this guy to die. Okay, that's 12. That die gets locked. So that's way overkill. So I get to do a vote this way. Okay, so now I'm going to do this to draw 4 henchmen. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to use motivate 4 henchmen of my choice. Okay, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, I think 4. I really like this guy, but she's got double skills and I can just change the result. So we're going to motivate these 3, 4. They're going to go back into the shrunk down deck, and I'm going to get a better chance of getting better people. Okay, that was a lightning thing, right? And now I've got to do the police, right? And the police are going to need red skills. So that's him. So that's going to be 3. I'm going to double the expertise. That's going to be another 3, although it's only way 2. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get rid of him. I'm going to get 3 dice. I can add 2 to my final result. Yeah, okay. Ooh, brutal. 3. Okay, I'm going to use her. That's going to be 4. These don't affect me there, but it does add 1 here. Okay, the round is over. I'm going to flip that up. Okay, I'm going to go through them again. This doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. This police is gonna go here, and these guys are gonna go. If this captures a die, I will lose instantly, unfortunately. So my ex-wife has given an interview to a magazine. We have to prevent it from being published. Well, vengeful ex-wife here. Now we've got 2 thumbprints, so not great. And then lastly here, there's a journalist insinuating that we are criminals. We have to explain to him that he's wrong. We just got to explain to him with our brass knuckles. 1 die is captured. Okay, at the end of the round. Okay, so now we're in some pretty serious problems. So we can ignore this because it will affect us next round. But it's not really that big a deal anyway. Okay, so we're going to ignore the police. Oh, we have to draw a problem card. Let's do that first. Private detective. They're not police, but they're asking too many questions. Keep a close eye on them. Okay, draw a problem card at the end of your turn. Not great. Okay, so okay, this capture. Oh, actually, well, yeah. Okay, we got to do this for sure. We'll lose instantly. So that's the big thing. This we're gonna let slip, and I think we got to get rid of something like that. One of these 2. In fact, we're gonna probably do that one first, and then this one, because this limits the amount of dice we can roll. So we need blue symbols. Okay, this is 1, 2, 2, right, for this. And actually, I'm going to use her to draw 2 cards. Let's do that first. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think it's worth it to spend him so that this is like going to be 1, 1, 1, right? Yeah. And let's add an extra die. Wait, first. Okay, let's bring him back. First I have to do this or I lose instantly. So that's the thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to do this for this. And I cannot capture things and I ignore damage. So that's going to be 2 dice rather than 3. Okay. Okay, that's good. I get 1 of my die back. Good. And then I'm going to spend him on this. And I'm going to do... Oh, I can't actually. I essentially... This will capture a die. Maybe I just let this go. Because, oh, wait a minute. That's a mistake. I don't remember what I rolled for this. It was probably her. So I'm going to remove this. In fact, I can actually correct this mistake. Okay, so let's say what I'm doing here. So I did not remember that when I did the police here, I should have only rolled a maximum of 1 die. So I'm just going to say that I didn't do this. It doesn't really matter anyway, because if a henchman is KO'd, that's when I'll lose. That's when I'll add a rumor card. But I don't really care because I'm probably not going to KO any. Well, I say that, but I haven't really had a problem with that so far. Okay, so I think the thing I should do then, These are 2 rumors. I'm going to get 2 more. And I think if I get 5 pieces of evidence, I die. And let's make sure. Evidence. Police penalty evidence. 5 visible fingerprints. Okay, so when the 2 come out, that's 2 more. This is like what's going to give me the extra vote to win. This is going to draw me a problem card. Boy, there's a lot going on. In fact, does somebody eliminate my... I've drawn cards. And I saved the die. I've got 1 action left. It might be useless next turn. That's the problem. Okay, I think the problem is I don't have... Did I use him? I think I did use him. Boy, I caught a part of the seams now at the end here. I gotta power through. Probably should have had a little more coffee at the break. All right. Take a little break. Okay, here's it. I probably got to get another vote over there in order to win. I could let all this slide. I'm going to draw 2 more, so it's possible I could get another thumbprint. And if I draw another problem card, I could have a thumbprint on that. So I probably have to get rid of at least one of those rumors. Okay. These guys are a little bit annoying because this guy blocks this guy. I don't really have what I need, except I can change a die result. I lose her, but I think that's okay. All right, I can only have 2 people, and I don't have the right symbols, right? And I need 3, 6, 9. I think I'm going to dump this guy to give myself 2 more cards. Okay, +6 to my final roll. That's perfect. And did I get... No. Although this guy can get rid of that. Let's do this. He's going to get rid of this. I just don't want to draw multiple of these because that's an instant death. Okay, so now I'm going to put this guy, and I'm just going to put 2 randos in just to get 2 dice, right? I'm concerned that it'll lock here, but what I really need to do is I can add 6. So I just got to get 3 out of here. And I can also, I mean, I would spend both of these, which is terrible. But I could, man, is that insane? That's not helping me win. It is keeping me from losing potentially. All right, I'm going to do this, and let's see what happens. Maybe I get lucky. Okay, that's a locked dice. That's terrible. 5. Okay, add a 9. I'm going to spend this guy. That seems crazy, but I got to get rid of this. Okay, so now that's gone. Okay, and now I got to do a damage. I'm going to just do it to him. He's going to go to here. Okay, this is going to come out, although that does lock a die. That's a danger. Okay, but before my turn ends, I'm going to lay that last one out. Okay, so now I'm done. All right, I've only got 1. If I get 2 more here, that won't be the worst thing in the world. Cannot use that, cannot draw campaign cards, maximum of that, 1 die is captured. Okay, I'll lose the capture die for the next round. Not really that big a deal. I'm a little bit leery here. This is the biggest danger. This is what I need for this. 2, 2, 2. But I need this for this thing. This guy can double the expertise, which is pretty good. All right, I think my first action is going to be to draw. So I'm going to draw, and then I'm going to do this and this. Yeah. Okay, draw 2 cards. Each player recruits up to 4 henchmen. Okay, well, that's useless to me now. All right, we're going to play her. She's got 2 dice. And I actually could, I'm going to use this as well to get it 2 here. Okay, I get to draw a henchman, but it doesn't matter. That's 4. That frees me up another die. Perfect. Not on the cusp of death anymore. Okay, then I'm going to use this guy, and I'm going to double the expertise. 2, 4, 5, but I've only got 5 dice, which is a bit of a bummer. Right? And that's going towards this. Okay, I'm going to roll the red as well. This is, because I got to do it. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom! Okay, that's pretty good, although I have to draw a problem. Avoid drawing a problem card. Perfect. Okay, that doesn't go off. This happens, and then I get 1 more vote. Okay, so I took, okay, so I think I'm done with that. And I did not draw roll a capture. Okay. All right. End of the turn. We discard the active we do the active campaign effect. Any of these rumor effects. Any of the fingerprints. We'll count up. Although that should be at any time, I think. And then do the police. Okay. Now they're active. So add a rumor card, but at least 1 henchman is KO'd. Okay. So nobody's been KO'd. Okay, it's a little nicer on the police on the last round here. Okay, and then we're going to advance this. It's going to bring us 2 rumors. First one, some cop is accusing us of bribery. Interesting. Find him and offer him more. That's pretty great. Okay, this one I got to get rid of because it moves a vote back. And then the last one we're going to get here. 1 player draws a problem card at the end of the round. Okay, so that's not great either. Okay, but we're in great shape for this, right? If we get rid of this, I mean, we're in fantastic shape. We can't draw any more campaign cards so long as we can keep our votes. And now let's not end up in a ridiculous situation. We're going to look one more time and make sure that... Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems exceedingly easy to get the votes, so I hope I'm not doing something insanely wrong here. Okay. All right, so I'm going to draw a problem card on this side. Did I just draw? I just drew this. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to draw a problem card. Why we're on a good thing here. Here's your telltale scar again. Man, did I get that last time? I guess I got that last time, but I got it again. Okay, so... Again, I'm getting beat up on this. Okay, so I'm not going to draw any more rumors. But I have to get rid of this, right? But it's one of these. So these 2 are probably pretty useful. This I don't care about. Oh, I did not do this. So this was captured. Sorry. Okay. All right, so... And this. All right, so I don't have anything I need. All right, all right, let's just throw these 2 in for 2 dice, and I'll throw this in. We're going to go towards this. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's 12. Great. So that's gone. All right, I want to get rid of that because I need to get rid of the fingerprint, and I want to be able to use I want to go for that. This will give me 5 dice. I didn't draw any of those, but I only have 4 dice left, so not fantastic. Okay, that's just 2, and I need a lot more than that. I thought I would use this. Huh. I really got a little hasty, and I did not do this. Okay, so actually I'm going to ignore the result of the entire roll. Okay, I still fail, just so I can avoid that. Okay, and I'm going to do what? I really need to get rid of that. Boy, that was a bit foolish of me. I guess I leaned too heavily into thinking I had this. But this character, you can do that as well, so I don't have to really worry about that. We're going to have our elections. Maybe I just do this. let's just put 1 in. I can change the die to a result I want anyway, right? Okay, so I'm going to change it to 4, and that's going to give me a die back. Okay, so my turn is done, and the game is over for me on this side. Over here, I just want to get rid of that, right? So we're going to put her in 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all 5 dice. I'm going to roll this. I can re-roll that if I need to. Yeah. If I get a lock, that's fine. If she's KO'd, I'll draw a problem card, which I don't think is going to be a problem. Okay, so 4, 8, 12, 13. Okay, so that's more than enough to get rid of this. She is dinged, but no real problems, but I have to do this. Okay. I think I just pass now because I think I'm just going to win. Okay, so then I'll just pass. Nobody was KO'd. Okay, so we're going through active campaign, none. Rumors, 1 die is captured. 1 player draws a problem card. That'll be me. Diligent reporter, you have to speak with their boss. I guess I didn't shuffle this up too well because I think I did that last time. That's another fingerprint. There's only 2 evidence, not a big deal. All right, police, if any rumor card, if any henchman was KO'd, nobody was KO'd. They're just in the exhausted pile. End of scenario. The campaign ends and the day of the election arrives. Depending on whether you win or lose the election, you'll win or lose the game. Or you cover the last free space of the betrayal card and you lose the game. Or the police have gathered enough evidence and the entire clan is arrested and you lose the game. Okay, so we're going to... I don't think they have like a little blurb at the end. So if either of the contenders, the clan boss or the mayor, has 3 or more support tokens than the other, they automatically win the elections. Which I do, and there's no little story. That's kind of surprising. But I have won the little campaign here, with the exception that I made a mistake in the first scenario that could have changed the outcome of the whole thing, I suppose. That's unfortunate. That's a bit of a bummer. But I had 2 moments where, actually I had 3 moments in my head. I don't know if I said them out loud that I wasn't quite sure if I had used up my actions or not. There's a lot of plates to keep spinning the camera, being engaging, playing 2 players and running the game. So my bandwidth, there's another term for that I just was told recently. My bandwidth, my cognitive load was it gets a little bit stressed. So I did make a mistake in the beginning of hopefully, it's still fun. You make some mistakes. That's life. You want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs. And, but hopefully you got a chance to see what the game plays like. And I don't know, do people watch to see if the game is fun? Do they watch to see somebody play it because it's entertaining? Or do you watch to see how the game is played because you want to buy it? I don't know. But yeah, that was kind of fun. I do like that game. It is interesting. I do like the different scenarios. It plays pretty quick. It looks like I've been playing, well, maybe not pretty quick. Probably close to a little over 2 hours now. I have to do my math since I switched my memory sticks. There's plenty of other scenarios in this to play. I do like the fact that you get a random thing for here. And it's kind of nice that you have the same one to end with each time. Just in terms of not every one of them is going to be all these different scenarios, I guess. But that's pretty cool. I do enjoy this game. I guess I'll do a little review. I'm getting rambly at this point. I love the theme and I love the villain aspect of it and stuff, but this was fun. I do feel bad that I made a mistake there. A little tiring. But again, you could split this into 3 different plays if you wanted to, which is nice. And, I do like the idea of, luckily I can leave things set up. Not everybody has that kind of room. I don't really have very much room in my house, but I do have a room dedicated to this. One of my 4 rooms in the house is dedicated to gaming. A little bit crazy. But, so I could leave it set up and kind of come back to it here and there. So it's good for that, I think. And those other scenarios that you can end a bit quicker, that's kind of nice as well. But we won, but everybody else in the town lost because we got the vote. Well, you can catch my overview of the game, which would be silly since you already have to know at least mostly how to play, or you can watch my thoughts if you haven't really kind of gathered how I feel about the game so far through our little time together. But for now, I gotta roll.